In the Highlands, some mornings are just like any other. But this one was different. Today, Megiz would walk to school for the very first time. His father, Koko, was already awake, as he always was. "Come," he said softly. "Today, I walk with you." His mother packed him a small piece of bread. His sisters watched with sleepy curiosity. Megiz tied his school bag over one shoulder. No shoes, but ready all the same. Together, father and son stepped out into the cool morning air, leaving the sleeping village behind them. As they walked, Koko began
Look
to
at that
speak.
tree, Megiz.
Together,
Long
father
ago,
and son
our
stepped out
ancestors
into the
believed
cool
a
morning
sharp
air,
mind was
leaving
built the same way strong legs are, through practice. Look at that eucalyptus tree, Megiz. What do you see that I don't? Megiz studied it. Its leaves point toward the sun. Koko smiled. Good. A quiet mind that watches closely learns faster than a loud mind that only speaks. They walked on, past terraced fields still wet with dew, the mountains waking up in soft color around them. Our people never wrote things down the way city folk do, Koko continued. We carried our history in our heads, in songs, in stories, passed from grandfather to father to son. Every time you tell a story again, your memory grows a little stronger. Would you like to hear one now? Megiz nodded eagerly. And so, as they walked, Koko told him the old story of the clever hare who outwitted the lion, not with strength, but with a sharper mind. They reached the stream that cut across their path, the same stream Megiz had heard his older siblings speak of. Koko took his hand. Careful here. Feel each stone before you trust it with your weight. This too is how a wise mind works, testing before believing. Once across, Koko knelt and gathered a handful of small stones, arranging them in neat rows on a flat rock. The old counters of our village never needed paper, he said. They counted cattle, harvests, seasons, all with stones like these, arranged in patterns the eye could trust. He arranged 3 rows of 3. 9, Megiz said instantly. Koko's eyes lit up. You already carry a sharp mind, my son. School will only give it new places to run. They rose and walked on, the sun now higher, the path curving upward along a rocky ridge. Koko stopped at the ridge's highest point. Before you reach the schoolhouse, one more lesson. Close your eyes. Listen. Megiz obeyed. Wind, birds, distant cattle bells. A busy mind hears noise, Koko said quietly. A trained mind hears each sound separately. This is how the old healers and elders kept their thoughts clear enough to solve hard problems. As they descended, other children appeared on the path, familiar faces from the valley, all headed the same way. Then, over the last hill, Megiz saw it for the first time, the small wooden schoolhouse he had only ever heard about. Before they reached the gate, Koko crouched to meet his son's eyes one last time. All the old wisdom I've given you today, Megiz, the watching, the stories, the counting, the stillness, none of it matters without one thing. What, Baba? Curiosity. Ask questions today. Ask more tomorrow. The mind that keeps asking is the mind that keeps growing. The humble teacher stepped out to greet them, his smile as warm as the morning sun. Welcome, Megiz. We've been expecting you. Koko gave his son one last look, equal parts pride and quiet worry, and turned back toward the fields waiting for him at home. Inside, sunlight streamed through small wooden windows onto rows of children seated on simple benches. Megiz found a space and sat, notebook in hand. When the teacher asked if anyone knew how many days made a week, hands rose slowly around the room. Megiz's hand rose too, steady, certain. He had, after all, already counted stones that morning. Miles away, Koko walked the long road home alone, but lighter somehow, as if he'd left something good behind him. Some lessons are taught in classrooms. Others are taught on the long walk to get there. Megiz had already learned both on his very first day. The Barefoot Student, a story of distance, wisdom, and the will to learn.